Major.starladder.com, once again, is where you can pick up some tickets if you have not done so already.
This is it, man. INTZ beating FURIA on Nuke.
Their biggest test is past them.
Yeah, I mean...
Nuke was the biggest test. That's the hardest job they're going to have this entire series.
I don't know. I mean, they made Train look pretty damn hard. But yeah.
They did, but I mean, yeah, they give themselves some extra challenges.
One hell of a quick first map. They did manage to keep that mental fortitude, not only in the face of a quick loss on their map pick, but also in the face of a technical pause near match point. Map point. I need to get used to saying map, not match point. It will be match point,
Think
of course.
Tennis. Think of tennis.
In the third map, which is exactly where we find ourselves now, Mirage will be where this one reaches its conclusion. This is the consolidation final domestic derby between INTZ, the underdogs, versus FURIA, a team that has risen through the ranks due to their unrelenting aggression, communication, synchronized expression of the beautiful world of Counter-Strike.
Honestly, this is a new opportunity for INTZ, and I feel like the pressure is all FURIA now. KNG has an open map to play with the AWP. We've seen what he likes to do with the fishing for angles and so on, but maybe they could do more than that. I fear for FURIA at this point. I really do. I think it's going to be hard for him to play their game. I say that, but they're going for a split of the B bomb site.
This is CT aggressive.
Yeah,
B.
this is basically like NIP strats in the threat era. On full buys, they would have a split of B apartments on the CT side. The problem is, I mean, they have to have something prepared for a retake. They've got Quesarata with 2 flashes and a HE grenade. There's no defuse kit, so let's see what they choose to do.
Wow, I mean, that's interesting. Perhaps just playing for the retake, it was a conscious play, or perhaps a misread. Anticipating a particular pistol round from INTZ. Perhaps a question for the interview afterwards, but this has gone perfectly. INTZ, you can't have a better start to the third map than this. Spotless record. And they roar.
There we go.
Round 1, map 3. It's just a taste of what you have to look forward to. Tell your friends, this is it. America's Minor, not done yet. A spot in the major on the line.
Absolutely. This is the big map. Honestly, this is the big map. INTZ start off with the pistol rounds. A split of the B apartments, rather, on the CT side. Honestly, I haven't seen that since Threat Era NIP on the odd buy round. And every time they did it, it was the wrong round to do it.
Of course. It's nice. It looks gorgeous on the minimap. You're like, wow, this looks like something completely breaking the game. And aggression from the CTs. Jesus, FURIA, they made sure that W key was working coming into map 3, that's for sure. But it's working in more ways than one.
Yeah, the key, I think, in this kind of situation is to just take the other side of the map. It's almost like a base trade in some respects.
Sure.
But of course, INTZ can defend from the B-bomb site.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just thinking, like, you save these. 100% just send Yuri and Art to just dig their heels in somewhere, and Vinny can go and mess around.
Absolutely. This is bonus money for the squad. And they could even have Vinny as an early warning system somewhere close to the players so they know if the hunt is on. So that really, really helps the CT side who've lost a pistol round for sure.
And 2 of the 3 rifles that they bought are now in the hands of CTs. You've invested nothing, and you come away with the majority of the investment into this round from INTZ. That's not bad.
Yeah, they've saved themselves $6,000 for the sake of a flashbang and a few pistols, so that's pretty good. INTZ starting the hunt with the expendable UMPs, but they are not going to get anywhere close to this Palace position, I don't think. So that's not too shabby for FURIA, but the real game is still to come. I want to see the AWPs for both sides, but especially on the likes of KNG.
He really has managed to live up to the hype. I know that sounds silly, but he keeps delivering in these offline tournaments. KNG on LAN.
Absolutely. You love to see it. All right, then. So we've got those stolen weapons from FURIA, and we've got WMP for INTZ. So despite being 2-0 up, they are worse equipped, but that is often the case for the team who win the pistol, but they'll have money in the hole to keep up the pressure. INTZ don't have all the money in the world, in fact, but that's a nice way to start. Art getting caught off guard. Can't do that too many times. Again, if you're going to have a disastrous round, it's better to have it early than to have it later on. But they can still turn this round FURIA. They still have better weapons.
They certainly do. Their Krieg taken away as well. It's seen by many pro players to be the dream CT weapon, and they got it into round 3. If you can scavenge away an SG from an opponent T, it really is like the old org. You saw how powerful that was. So operating at a disadvantage, courtesy of Destiny through the smoke. Art, he loves using those smokes as temporary walls. He really does. He throws them down. We saw he was doing it on Nuke in a similar circumstance. Destiny obviously learning from his previous shortcomings on Nuke. Start to gather. Stacking towards B. FURIA just seems so adamant that the B site is going to be the primary focus for INTZ. Somewhat of a gamble. If they don't come, we'll save, I guess, is the thought process, and they certainly will have to now. KNG and Destiny just handing out haircuts, and we've got ourselves 3.
It's a good start. It's a very good start. And again, I will reiterate, this is these are nervous times for FURIA. These are nervous times. INTZ have passed the toughest test they'll have in this series in terms of Nuke. That is an absurd. It's an absurd thought to think they could take that. So this is going to be quite a test for them. INTZ with the start they want. But again, we still don't have a full buy versus a full buy just yet. So that will give us a better idea as to the shape of this half, how it will look. FURIA look to hold on to these weapons for now. See what they choose to do around him. Now, the 2 players who survive do have money to drop some rifles, but they'd be light on grenades and so on. But again, they may have the coordination to make plays off of that, to make a play top mid if they have the right spawns. So we'll see what they choose to do. Thought he was safe, but smoke isn't a brick wall, it seems.
Art treats it like one, though, and he gets away with it more often than not.
Yeah, but again, that's the familiarity. Oh, so they've got quite a nice buy, actually,
That's
FURIA.
not too shabby, is it?
Yeah, it's a really good buy. Art's going to try, maybe he was trying to move towards a short position. Didn't quite work out for him. Not going to be disheartened from playing around that smoke grenade.
Wow, that's huge from Queserato. Bullets connected alongside the Molotov to finish the job. Quick advantage. The first time I think FURIA may have got the opening kill. Round 4 of our 3rd map of our first best of 3. Another one to look forward to after this. Art extends the lead. Full utility for Zand and Yell. They have the tools to at least try and forge something into round 4, but Art's presence is no secret. He scopes. Abel takes the fight, very willing. Destiny does fall. Very little damage done. This round slips away from INTZ. The rest just a formality. Zand 4 HP. Because he may as well get rid of his utility.
What do they choose to do, INTZ? With 2 players alive, looking for some damage, looking for the CTs to give them an opening. The CTs don't need to win the map on mid. You can't plant the bomb in mid, therefore they'll give it up and play the bomb sites once again. This has been a common strat for FURIA on their CT side against INTZ. We've seen it each map where, as that clock continues to tick down, they start to focus on the bomb sites themselves because they know that INTZ are backing themselves into a corner in that respect, and they have to take gambles if they want to plant the bomb.
Right. It's like you just give them enough rope, enough time to hang themselves. It's what it's all about. You just give them, let them get that map control. Let them have to take their time to acquire it, find those picks. And that will be round number 1. Queserato, he keeps his finger on the trigger a little longer, trying to get under the skin of his opponent, INTZ FURIA. You pull out all the stops here, I'm sure, and I'm going to promise you now. I don't know the coaches very well on a personal level, but I can make a promise on their behalf. They will be loud, and there will be some rambunctious activities during the end of Mirage.
If INTZ qualify for the major in this match,
I think
I'm
KNG
telling you, one of those chairs is going to go through that screen behind them.
Yeah, there's going to be backflips, and someone's going to start just windmilling their fists in a celebration. My goodness. 3-1, the score on the door. A lovely concoction of AK-47s, SG, and that AWP on the KNG. Oh, that's fun to say. Standard for now, but as you already alluded to, that mid is just, I mean, look how much time. Like, let's just observe in this round, see how long INTZ spend before starting to set sights on a bomb site.
Destiny's top mid, but he's got no utility, so he can't throw a pop flash into connector to take Art off the angle to allow his teammates to peek from the underpass. So again, it's just a dry peek from INTZ, but Art moves away.
Good morning.
Maybe knowing what they're capable of. Didn't have eyes on top mid, so they could creep in for a double peek from either side, and that's one way to deal with it. A trade frag would be favorable for INTZ in that position. So they've got mid, they've got connector INTZ. There are 40 seconds on the clock, and we have a lurker towards A. 4 players coming through the choke point. That's pretty tight. Able J running distraction, Art capitalizing on it. Clock running down, and they're getting drilled, cut to pieces. Able J delivering again, catching down with a grenade in his hand, and there's just not enough frags in this round.
And it continues, of course, with KNG on the AWP. Just going to get the one before Keserato is going to go ahead and steal that weapon away from him, as well as all of his HP. You know, I've been saying H wrong my whole life with this H sound. Apparently it's just H.
I do it as well.
A-I-T-C-H. H.
I say H, and I will continue to do so.
Yeah, I just remember my history teacher, Miss Coggins. She was not a fan.
I'm willing to fight.
Yeah, you'd go down with the
H,
ship?
absolutely. I will die on this hill.
H. I'll say H when I've had some garlic bread or something, you know. Save my friends.
H is very French to me.
H. Anyway, strange ramblings aside, it is just going to be INTZ with the dream of a bomb plant. They've got themselves 2 smoke grenades. Perhaps one just to cover their connector if they were to go up short. Whether they'd be given the freedom to do that, I mean, it's an assumption you could make, given how little FURIA have been contesting this window area. Yuri's going to make a little bit of presence. Flames do lie the floor. There's the first smoke invested towards window. They could go towards connector. HE grenade does no damage.
Yell showed presence earlier in Palace with some clicks from the Glock, and he's made his way towards the ramp position. And now the numbers game, they tried to swarm, but the transfer is there, and the bomb has been lost. That's very key, and Zanik can only do so much. He's in the red, he's dead. Leaves Cello alone. So FURIA are firmly in a driving seat now. I mean, we haven't seen the AWP just yet for KNG, but FURIA are starting to build their money. Once they got their first full buy-in, then they looked very, very comfortable indeed.
Shout out to the Observer as well. That was the perfect time to toggle X-ray off. You actually realize how little information he gets when he takes that shot. If the X-ray was on, you don't know how much he's actually seen. He's just seen the thigh of one. Of course, all fire charging through. And it does look like they're going to be calling a timeout, or if this is the freeze time chat. No, it's tactical pause, yep. No freeze time chat in this tournament, I believe.
Yeah, so INTZ needs to find a way to have momentum once again. I think I see an AWP on the screen. It's really cool that you're allowed, I forget what a command is called, where basically you can see your teammates around the map and what utility and so on they have.
CL_team inventory 1 or something?
I think it's plus show team equipment or something like that.
That sounds better, yeah. Nice one.
It's useful. Okay, I didn't see an AWP. It is Kriegs and the AKs, the 2 AKs. So INTZ still yet to have their desired full buy, I'm sure.
Did Art successfully make that jump? Because he's failed it twice. It does look like he did this time. I can see him on short. All good in the hood.
What do FURIA do once this smoke starts to dissipate? Cello creeping, he's going to make his way through. Yuri's just blocking them. Beautiful play from him, but he'll get traded. Didn't see Cello go through the smoke, rather. That's a huge headshot. Able J's been fantastic on the A-bomb site. Gets himself 3, and that is another shutdown round. The smoke on ramp is perfect. They seem to read the push, and they crushed it.
They knew where Art was after, Abel, after the first frag. He gets 2 more. With half health and the enemies pre-firing him. That's movement. That's a little bit of a mess up from INTZ, but that, I mean, the majority of the credit goes the way of Abel. No criticism necessary. Double digits as well. That was huge. He's having a fantastic start to this 3rd map.
The score doesn't tell the story. The money on the CT side tells the story.
Yeah.
The money in comparison. INTZ in round number 9, I think, will get their first full buy. In round number 9.
That sounds so strange. It sounds like you're wrong, but you're right.
Yeah. Some meat thrown at Vegans top mid. Big damage done. CZs and a Desert Eagle. Don't know, some footsteps can be heard.
I mean, Yuri, he's playing a dangerous game here. No Deagles, admittedly. Actually, I tell a lie. Cello does have 1. That's the weapon that really can threaten that window position. Especially if your attention, your gaze is elsewhere. Should it be underpass or top mid? Yeah, I'm going to boost. It's very rare you actually see window boost these days. I swear it's, you know, once or twice a half at a maximum stretch.
Ooh, Archer got to be careful. Support flashbang for his teammate. Okay, Able J's got the ramp covered. Smart stuff. The coordination is there, but the numbers will get a kill. And there's often been one kill for INTZ and not much else. And the bomb plants have been lacking as well.
Able, he is just fragging out. Admittedly, just against the pistols, but it's getting them fired up at least and building the bank. That's the main point. They got cash for days.
You see how happy they are. The score is close, but they know that the rounds are not. They come into this with confidence. INTZ are not able to do much. Let's not forget INTZ won the pistol, so those 3 rounds count for less than you might think as far as buy rounds are concerned.
He's having a great time. Deathmatch for him in the first 10 rounds.
5-3.
There's the
Vinny teasing $10,000, as is Art. And yes, we have KG on the AWP finally. In round number 9.
See what he can do with it. Destiny at the moment. I actually quite liked his additional couple of seconds just to make sure that smoke benefits him, gives him that not only an opportunity to play outside on the other side of the smoke, you can see it just extends the angle, makes the adjustment time longer for Art.
He saw something.
Molotov. Oh, he gets away.
KNG was patient. He's been holding on ramp this entire time. Has a look towards CT, and Able J is taken out. He's been the problem man on the A bomb site. Does this mean they gravitate towards A? INTZ, FURIA are certainly doing so. Yuri's rotated over and he's left Queserato on the B bomb site. And surely when you take out the man who's been doing all the work on the A bomb site, you want to go towards A. Cello has some nice position, but Art's moved forward, so he's got some cover. And there is a second player on the side. They're both in very aggressive positions, but they're not expecting Cello in the window. And that could be everything. Vinny's taken out as well. Now Art's isolated on A, but they don't know where he is. And the bomb's rotating alone. 40 seconds on the clock. It's a free kill, surely. And he can move into a more aggressive position. That allows Queserato to play off now. Spray through the smoke, and everything turns around. 35 seconds, and they have to walk into Art's AWP. There's one flashbang on Cello. It's got to be the best flash ever for them.
Good shot. He's just firing off the warning. They know 25 seconds they're going to have to retrieve it. It's perfect from Art. Falls back. It's almost impossible. Cello, does he go it? He does. He's going to be given the freedom to charge towards the site, but Queserato, he knows time is on his side. 15 seconds. He's trying to decide the plan. 10 seconds. He just hasn't got any opportunities to win this one. Oh, maybe I need to eat my words. 5 seconds. Chancing around the box. Queserato. 2-1. Still takes the fight.
Oh my God.
But my goodness, 2 versus 4 is the outcome. They overcome.
Absolutely wild. I thought Queserato would have moved into a more aggressive position while his teammate was just trolling in T-spawn. That is the nightmare situation. The bomb rotator alone gets taken out. No protection. No players running around the Mercedes-Benz. The doors are open. The car is storms. That's such a tight shot from Art.
I mean, that's an elbow. Gets the second as well. The third was the easiest of the set.
That's a really rough spot for the last 2 players because they know that one CT has the bomb, another CT is rotating. They need to take the bomb, but they also need to hold the bomb site to be able to plant the bomb.
Sure.
So they go 1-on-1 and the AWP prevails. And that's the only close round we've seen. But again, FURIA have made so much money. They survive with 1 player, but they still have plenty more where that money came from. And once again, INTZ are down to CZ. So in 10 rounds, we've seen 1 full buy from INTZ, who won the pistol and have 3 rounds.
Yikes, that's a fantastic summary in a short space of time, but it's exactly the TLDR of the last 10 rounds of play. INTZ, money has not been ideal, and of course, money, the name of the game, should they get to the major. That's what this is all about. Million on the line. That's the prize pool for the Counter-Strike majors. Still, Zand and Destiny not going to be able to do too much. They did invest into Kevlar. I always wonder, is that necessarily a fantastic choice? You've been struggling to win the rounds with these. Ooh.
Well, I'm guessing they're at maximum loss bonus at this point, so they'll have a full buy next round. And if that Kevlar gives them a better chance to take some money away from the CTs, then that can help with the comeback. So as long as it doesn't handicap them in the next rounds, it can be a worthy investment. But partly that depends on getting into position. They weren't able to do so. Well, they were able to do so, but didn't get much out of it on that occasion. Versus a far better equipped FURIA squad. FURIA.
Come on, man. Do you want me to slap you every time?
FURIA.
I'll just give you a little nudge. Art's going to take a fight mid. Destiny has been the kind of dedicated mid player. Those two have been having somewhat of a unspoken rivalry in this part of the map.
Interesting scenario for INTZ, focusing on the B-bomb site. There'll be no attempt at a split. Just all going through one channel. KSRATA with a nice HE grenade. I know the flashbang will come in time. They're baiting for him to peek. Another smoke grenade. Perfect timing for the CTs. And INTZ have zero map control.
Just like that.
And they've got to run away.
The power of a smoke grenade. KSRATA was in so much trouble, and then it's just a grey screen. It's enough to send them packing.
The CTs don't take aggressive positions around the map in the meantime, which is a plus for INTZ. But it's going to take INTZ time to figure that out. They won't know if anybody's in Palace, for example, although they have made inroads towards A pretty quickly. They see no one is likely there, and it seems they will set up for something. They've got one smoke grenade.
Yeah.
So they're going to need to frag out to violently clear the A bomb site should they want to plant the bomb there.
That just doesn't feel possible. No nades. And you've disappeared from B for so long that, of course, the CTs are set up.
Have a look at KNG.
Yeah. He hasn't made any noise. He's been scoped this whole walk down mid, so he has the element of surprise here. And I say that, Art was keeping his eyes on Yuri's push.
Element of surprise taken away. Numbers game is too great. Once again, it's almost like Groundhog Day. If you look at how many players survive for FURIA towards the end of most of these rounds. 4 versus 2, 10 seconds. Do you want to push? You've got a combined 27 HP, and it seems they will fall away. Not much success for INTZ on their T side. Oh no!
That's so mean! Oh, Xander's gonna be kicking himself. What a nade. He's gonna have peanuts coming into the next round.
That's why you need to walk away and not run away sometimes. Because they run away from the choke points and the sound cues are given to the opponent. They know they're running away, so they take liberties. Just go through Palace and drop a HE. It's not often you're going to see a play like that towards the end of a round.
Is that your keycap there, James? You see that? Someone's got those fidget spinner.
Oh, I didn't notice. I need to...
There you go. I mean, I'm sure that would be something that would excite you. I recently installed mine.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I moved house, plugged a new keyboard in. I was like, I'm going to treat myself.
They're popular with cats, apparently.
Cats?
Yeah, I've seen some videos of people who went to the FURIA Major and their cats are playing with the fidget spinner on the keyboard, which is pretty cool. Whoops. Moving the entire casting desk here. So, again, there's been plenty of success for FURIA. Vinny's almost on $11,000. Art's beyond that. KSRATA beyond that as well. That's a small issue for the squad. And Art will make his jump towards a short position. While the flash is up, he won't see that Destiny has crossed already. But he will consider that and drop the incendiary grenade and move Destiny back to the gap. Art's got to be careful, though.
Just on the edge of that smoke, my goodness.
INTZ look to burst top mid. They've got 2 players at the back now. There is a position at the back boxes. I think there's a wheel of the cart where you can quickly jump up and you've got your accurate pretty quickly and you can take a off angle to the window where CTs will be looking on either side. There are angles where, if you look at I feel like a Kenny Estwood, he's got a lineup, so when he jumps up there, he's looking in the bottom left corner of the window already.
That was a really, I mean, it's a basic smoke, sure, but it's a really nice lineup they're throwing towards apps. It's coming all the way from kitchen. Enables KSRATA to, I imagine, sit on his should he have it. Doesn't at
Alex,
this point. Yes.
How many flashbangs do INTZ have?
That's a great question, James. The answer is none.
It's going to be a rough round for the...
We said that the round before. You know, like, this has been an all too familiar tale for INTZ. Is the default leads to very little early fragging, and then this happens. KSRATA gets a double kill. Vinny on bench, rocking a hard play situation there. It was bullets or fire. He opted for the first.
Art's looking pretty high in this 3v3 situation. If you can hold an angle through towards bench from the window, you know no one's at the bench, which really helps with the retake. Otherwise, it can be a very nervous push. Able J gets taken out, and again, it's another unlikely round for INTZ where they're just so ill-equipped, but somehow they're going to win the round. How do they do it? There's some kind of magic behind it.
With no utility, walking into the site, you concede a double kill to start your take. 3 versus 5 they overcome. Let's have a look at that again. So yeah, 5 versus 5, concede a double. KSRATA just takes 2 of your armored rifles away. Destiny and Cello managed to overcome 5 CTs in order to take that B site with very little utility.
Yeah, I just don't know how they do it, but they start this round with pretty much full utility. Smoke on the short position, Molotov into connector to stop Art's shenanigans, but he's elsewhere for now. Replay starting towards the B bomb site, it seems, for CTs. And Case Rattle will start to move away. So we'll see a difference here from FURIA. Destiny pre-firing in case the AWP is there, but Art is still position unknown. In fact, he's gone aggressive towards B. I think he's got an angle through the apartments, and he may just get an opportunity soon because Cello seems to be on the way. There we go, shot rattled off, and he will reposition. The bait is there. Could be double peaked.
He has no fear. No fear.
If he goes too far to one side, he's going to be showing, okay, well, that's an open B bomb site. I think INTZ realized that. Molotov into the window, or towards the window, but Cello seems non-committal. He wants to show presence, but INTZ are not really in position to, say, capitalize that on that towards A. And they'll move away from the B bomb site.
Destiny, he paid quite a heavy price for his early arrival in middle. Cost him excuse me, 1 second. Cost him a smoke grenade and 60 points of health. 59 if you're going to be that guy.
There was no over-rotation from FURIA. In fact, they seem to have a read. They've abandoned the A bomb site. Look at Case Ratto moving on the radar towards A. There were no smokes. There are pop flashes, though, and one's about to hit the ramp now. No one is seen, but maybe a shadow. We've got a grenade streaming in. They've made the right decision. Vinny can keep an eye on the mid-ground in the meantime, and of course, look at the clock. INTZ is still not through the choke points, and there's almost 15 seconds left. Case Ratto waiting for the panic pick, but he's capitulated. They're lining up for Able J. He's delayed another multi-frag. 3 kills for Able J. How does he keep doing the same thing? 4 HP for Zand, and he'll go down with 5 seconds on the clock. Beautiful read from FURIA.
20 seconds, man. It's the INTZ special. They like to run that clock down. There is no time to react. The CT, of course, you had Serato. He was in the mid-window area, but it was all Able. If he went down, that bomb's going to go down. There was one more teammate, one more port of call to defend, one more member of FURIA, now 9-4.
I do wonder if they're a little risk-averse, INTZ, at the wrong times, because when you have an AWP and such an aggressive angle in apartments, in fairness, it did take them a while to take him out. If they took him out on the first opportunity, maybe they're more inclined to at least put one person in the B bomb site. At most, you're probably going to have somebody on shorts, but outside of that, you're not going to expect more players to be there. But they choose not to show any presence towards B. Just move away from it completely, and it's just too much information for FURIA. They just make a confident read, abandon the B bomb site, rotate in time with light utility, and once again, they've made the right decision. 9-4.
9-4, and should they acquire double digits, I start to worry for INTZ. You said they weathered the storm of Nuke, you know, that did feel like their tallest task to overcome it. They had somewhat of a middle ground, Mirage as the third, and look at the way Art plays. He is just so comfortable in being able to adjust and reposition. He can get caught out. Not this time. KNG and Destiny, the double boosters. No way. He leaps out the window and Yelp receives him with the Desert Eagle. He was so hungry for a third, but damage done. Yeah,
another 3v5 situation for INTZ, which means they'll probably win the round. Or maybe not. Cello taken out, and now the bomb carrier Zan moves towards the B bomb site.
Close.
Now he's the last one standing, the last one to fall. Double figures for FURIA. I still wonder about that previous round. Like, if you're the team on the CT side and you have an AWP in BAPS, you're focusing more elsewhere on the map with the rest of your team. It's just what you do. So I feel like we need more initiative in that respect for INTZ. But again, it was a laboured duel, in fairness, with 2 players spotted, so there is time for rotation. But
there is so much talent.
Sometimes you've got to take a risk.
So much talent on this FURIA roster that, you know, Art can comfortably hold middle like that. Able J's got double his frags. And look at Destiny holding W, taking a leaf out of FURIA's book, perhaps. A complete change of pace. They have A. Yuri's going to go unnoticed now with backs turned. He can strike, gets 1. There's more than that available. They've got the bomb in their hand. Communication's not there. And success is present for FURIA. They have massacred what was it, the quickest round we've seen from INTZ. It's not over yet, though. Destiny trying to do some damage. Just the 1 is all he can show for it. That's the half. 11-4. A very comfortable defense from FURIA.
Pushing A with 5 players and more or less getting 1 frag shows you how the half went for them. But they've still got a reasonable level of rounds on the board. We'll see if they can do anything with that in the second half.
INTZ, they did so much work on Nuke to take it away from FURIA, to take us to our third map. It's Mirage, second half of it. And already FURIA have put in quite an astounding performance on their defense, starting to run away with this one. INTZ, though, they did manage to forge quite the comeback on map 2. It's not impossible by any stretch of the imagination, certainly not with players like KNG in the server. But it took him a long time to get him on the AWP in the first half. This is how it ended. Reminder of Yuri, spectacular. Seeing Cello with that bomb in his grasp, you can see they just got a little carried away. Such a quick round from INTZ, an often slower approach from them.
Abel J, 21 for 9, a hero in that first half.
Yeah.
Credit to the team, though, to put him in a position to win, run distraction and so on. But a very good solo effort all the same. Destiny with some relentless positioning. Now, he could get a lot out of this situation. FURIA may not check this, the speed at which they move towards the ramp. Art's got a P250, 2 players with grenades for the T side. They're all here.
Where are you putting those nades? 2 HE grenades on a pistol round. It's an interesting buy. What do you do with them? Do you throw them towards a tagged up Art? Probably not. Let's keep that in mind.
Interesting. They've gone from 5 ramp to just having a feeling that they should go towards B.
Dan does have one of those nades, a CZ-75 as well.
Oh, throwing the observer off guard. All right. Sees a grenade flying in. How much damage is going to be done? A second HE grenade. Really, really nice start, but it's about how you finish, and it's the CTs that get the first 2 frags, and following up with a CZ. Beautiful stuff for INTZ. Exactly what they need. Looking to thin the numbers towards B. Won't happen. Huge pistol for INTZ. That's both pistols now.
That's badass. Of course, the way the economy has changed for Counter-Strike, it's the first round, sure, the pistol, it doesn't hold as much weight as it used to. That second round is such a threat. But this is a start. They do need to convert in the next round, though. They're going to be up against it, assuming FURIA choose to invest anything. Doesn't look like they're going to do it instead. Because it is that T side. It's much more difficult to find your way into sights with that shoddy buy, quote-unquote.
Yeah, that pistol win keeps a very active team stationary, but they're looking to get active again. Perfectly timed smoke grenade. The numbers looking to overwhelm, but they've taken a lot of damage again. INTZ prepared. We've got bodies flying all over the place, and there's nothing to show for it.
Wow, 1,800 bucks pocketed by Zand in 3 seconds. You can just see the sheer amount of bullets, shrapnel thrown towards K Serato's location. He has an unarmored Glock. He truly could not be any more naked. And Destiny is going to punish. And so, INTZ, you keep everyone alive, your SMGs are getting frags. Every checkbox checked in this second half so far. Look at this, just that the amount of damage done by the utility, it was just a dream for Zand. Posing for a photo there. That's the MySpace post.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, INTZ, again, they've got their... I mean, this is a perfect way to start. Not only do you win the rounds, but you don't lose many players. So they're going to have some more money than you might expect, and KNG's on AWP immediately. That's what you need. He can't outstay his welcome in this position, because the longer he stays here, the more likely there is to be somebody in the underpass to catch him off guard. A deep smoke on short would suggest a B split.
Oh, they're going to walk through this. This is where Destiny's position, it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays it. Yeah, with the FAMAS, you kind of want to let them pass, you know?
No one's in position to flash into the ladder room right now.
Do they check it? Without the flash? Destiny has to be aware that it's a possibility, yet they have passed. He's not perhaps ready for A-ball. Wait for it, takes the fight. Now he can scavenge away the SG if he wants it.
Trying to bait for his teammate, not going to work out though. Zand standing in the flames, hasn't been spotted just yet. Now he has, and it goes from bad to worse for INTZ. Out of position, KSRF taken out in the mid area. Where they choose to go, 2 versus 3, still doable. They could go for a boost on the bricks of short. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Cello considering a flashbang, but maybe doesn't want to throw it. Here comes the boost. Can look towards the windows if he wants to. Won't spot anything just yet. If he goes too deep, it may be problematic if anybody's watching.
Oh, he sees it. Just a tiny, tiny triangle of flesh. The elbow of Vinny. There it is again. It's not a shot he can take, and I think they realize it. They're going to back away. Hoping to just take 1 frag on the way out, but it's not going to happen. It doesn't materialize, and 3 for Yuri in that round.
This is a very strong position for FURIA. They have double the score of their opponent, and they are much, much stronger on the T side. There are less holes in their game. They're faster. They're more coordinated. They have more synergy. So it's a difficult comeback attempt for INTZ. Anything's possible, though, if KNG has an AWP. It's a big spray right in the default box. Yuri with 180 at the right time. Smoking up the choke points, taking out the other players, but both teams still on the buy, of course. And now INTZ are better equipped. They got rid of the FAMASs, and the Augs are out.
Augs out for Harambe. Oh. Serato, $200 down the drain. That's even more so. Wow, Art's quick. Had enough time to find the head before the smoke did plume. Pulls the trigger, Yell. Looking for a double, won't find it. Instead, keeping things relatively level. 4 versus 3. The T side starting to flood into the B site. Destiny makes his presence known as he eliminates Abel.
Default plant being attempted by Yuri, but the CTs are close. They're through the window. There's a meat shield. Serato elevated just at the right time. They can spray the window as well through this wood panel if they wanted to, but KNG's made his way out. 1 versus 2. I think he was maybe spotted there by Serato, not quite sure. Creeping around the smoke. Does he go for a wall bang? He does, not quite hitting the mark there, and he can't hide, nowhere to hide afterwards. I think there was a small detail there. I think there was a small detail there on the B bomb site. If you look at when FURIA were on the B bomb site, where one CT would flash for another who wanted to take position, whereas you look at INTZ and the guy's flashing for himself, jumping on the box, can't get his gun out in time, and it's taken out by Art. So again, there's more attention to detail on FURIA's CT side, and we can see the shortcomings for INTZ. If there's a teammate with the pop flash through the window, there's a really nice pop flash you can do from the market window into the B apartments, for example, which can make a hell of a difference. And it's anti-eco territory, and it's going pretty damn well for FURIA, and it will be a very brief round. They're only 2 rounds away from making it to the major. 2
rounds away from the major. Second appearance for FURIA. Would have been the first for INTZ, and my goodness, yeah. I think the odds from our sponsor make it absolutely clear just how ridiculous a comeback would be for INTZ at this point. With both pistols won on this third map as well, you've beaten them on Nuke. You've been given the opportunity on a silver platter. And FURIA, I think this is a smart one. To take that tack pause, have the coach just step in and just remind everyone not only what's on the line, but also just how close they are to it.
Yeah, FURIA showing the rank difference at the moment, I think.
Oh yeah, you got some globals in the server for sure,
Just a stronger unit.
People are really starting to get their heads around the SG spray. Admittedly, yeah, that was an unarmored mid-rush against pistols, but
got to put the bullets in the right place, right?
You still have to put the bullets in the right place, and you know, you see some of the world's very best still get caught out by the new spray pattern. A hard left. Very unusual.
It's like a diagonal.
It's like a big
drag.
Yeah. Big L.
Girl, rest in peace.
It's going to be a big L for INTZ unless they can weather the storm of a full buy here.
That box is what if you have a good spawn on a T side with an AWP, that box is the CT jump you're looking for. So I think we had that yesterday in the game of Mirage. The Ferrari peak from an AWP, looking for a CT jumping on that box, which is why sometimes you have a boost on the balcony instead, a 2-man boost, because it makes for a better peak for the CTs. But you've got to be careful with your timing. 1 minute on the clock. INTZ have next to no utility, but there's no aggressive plays from them either, and FURIA just waiting with nobody spotting top mid whatsoever. They're confident at what's not going to happen, and out come the grenades at the 50-second mark.
So, for Bomb is leaning towards B, and it will be none other than Zand with his MP9 to receive. He does have the support of Yell. No nades, really. Not a Molotov, not a HE, not even a smoke to keep them at bay. KNG, the only one with that smoke grenade, and for now, he finds himself responsible for that short cross. 2 players are about to make their presence very clear. Art actually fragging out on towards Connector as they push out towards A. The bomb's on its way there as well. KNG, whoa, he flew. Art grows wings for just a moment and he's going to be able to profit. Look at this. Yell in a lot of trouble. 1 versus 3 to avoid match point. He's on the wrong side of the map. He's already got Yuri as well. He has to be conscious of that. And this is the new AUG from the hip. It just doesn't feel quite as precise. The same damage fall off of the FAMAS, no less. No health, no hope.
No kit.
Yeah, no kit. Just to add insult to injury, he is going to have to accept that the 15th will be picked up from FURIA. They will be just 1 round away from the StarLadder Berlin Major.
Not the end of the line for INTZ should they lose this. But FURIA showing they might believe that they're the best team in Brazil at the moment. And I think that's partly because they haven't been as studied as, say, an MIBR, where you kind of know what to expect from them and you've got counters for pretty much everything. I think we've seen some touches of that here and there from some FURIA opponents, but I think their biggest tests are yet to come, and they'll come at the Major, it seems, should they win 1 more round, which looks highly likely at the moment. Just better prepared, bigger map pool, stronger synergy and coordination.
I do want to remind everyone as well that by losing this game, but by getting this far in the minor, the Americas minor, the loser of this game, INTZ, should they concede this round, will go to the minor play-in. There will be another shot, just a whole lot more Counter-Strike. Art gone early, takes the fight on short, but that does mean that they're going to be casting their eyes towards Apps. Yuri does win the duel versus the SMG, but he pays quite the price. Down to just 10 points of health, he's going to be having to count on K Serato should they want to commit to B. But I think as the smoke arrives, that's enough of a red flag to just sit back and relax. Let Abel's position pay dividends, and it's going to do more than that. Look at that. 1, potential 2. Abel, he's handing out haircuts. This could be it. FURIA setting their sights on the Major. They're 2 frags away.
Abel J, barbershop on wheels.
They're so low, though. This actually isn't impossible for Cello. He has the support of Destiny. They're tagged up, bleeding internally. Just Cello remains now 1v3, but they're all so low. And it's able to confirm it. FURIA are off to the Major. They needed it. Headsets off as soon as they can. Mission accomplished for the Brazilian powerhouse. Get the guy a lozenge. He's been doing it for 3 maps.
Great play from FURIA. Horrific game of nuke for them. It looks nervous at the beginning, but they finish it with confidence, with a statement showing that, well, at least in my opinion, they are the strongest team in Brazil. I think it's fair to say it's really hard to argue that at the moment. From where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But congratulations to them. They make it to the Major. I was really hoping to see them. I think that's a great addition to the tournament overall. And again, for INTZ, that there is more that they can do. They're not after this one just yet, but I think they were simply outmatched even in this domestic matchup.
Sure, best team won, but INTZ, they've got a lot to be proud of. Upon review, that nuke game, fantastic. Preparation paid off. You know, I mean, you clearly came in with a game plan and managed to at least make it materialize on 1 of those 3 maps. But if you review Train, if you review Mirage, it is undoubted. You know, you cannot doubt or discredit FURIA. They just put on a much better show.
Yeah, yeah. It's such a I have to say, one highlight though, even in loss, is just the nature of the rounds INTZ sometimes win.
Right.
You do not see that from anybody else. Like crab walking with 25 seconds.
Oh, that was
in
ridiculous.
hell on you. Just how on earth do you convert that into a round? I don't understand.
No,
it's crazy stuff.
And the stuff on Mirage as well, where it's 20 seconds, they've shown their bodies and the bomb at B, then they're sprinting back through T-spawn, popping out of Palace. Yuri's getting a double kill he shouldn't. It's great.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, we see so many of those rounds won, and you think it can't be consistent, but they seem to just keep pulling them out of the hat. But I think there's, if they get the right coach or analyst, and I think there are easy fixes if they're willing to change. But FURIA have definitely put themselves in the main tournament, and Sue can find out more.
Thank you very much, James. Congratulations, FURIA. You guys are making it to the Major, 2 minors in a row. But it has to be said, the FURIA that we saw way back in January, you guys have grown so much since then, looking like a whole new team.
I don't know what to say. I think it's. I want to thank all the guys from my team. They're awesome. They're playing very well, and we're evolving together.
This past month and a half has been so busy for you guys, but it's in this time that you really prove that you're here to stay, ranked 7th in the world right now. So talk about how valuable that experience was, traveling to all of these events, competing against these Tier 1 teams.
I don't know. It's awesome playing CS is our life, and playing all around the world and being invited to big tournaments, the dream life for us.
Well, now you're headed to your second major in your career, but as I mentioned, FURIA has so much more valuable experience this time around. So what is this next month going to be looking like for you guys?
The same as the past months. We're gonna practice a lot and talk a lot and try to get the best possible.
Well, I think the future is looking extremely bright for all of you. Congratulations once again. And with that, FURIA is moving forward to the major.